if you go to the scene itself and you
Oh,
there you
holy! Okay, I just refreshed it.
Hey,
Nice.
we're back in business.
Okay. Reset, reload. Hooray!
Okay, now we're actually commentating. Let's go.
Yeah. One thing about Welltaro that like I felt during this patch was that his back, I felt like it was one of his strongest tools because most of his other tools were not that great.
Ah.
that's tough. That's tough.
Although one change from last stream, they definitely they changed up B, right? They made it so you can act out of it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, which we just saw there.
Just got right there, yeah.
I think a big one as well was the new side B. You don't have gem anymore, which was kind of rough for Welltower because like it was a huge counter hit option when you had no bullets left off stage and they went on for edge guard. You could sort of throw that out. It was slightly disjointed too, so it was pretty safe. Yeah, that not having that's kind of like a huge bummer as well. So
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say bummer. I'd say it's justice. It's,
yeah, justice if you're not Welltaro player. I'm gonna be so clear. Yeah, if you did play Welltaro, that was justice right there.
But yeah, this side B, even today, I think I've seen Maddie recovering side B last patch, and it seemed pretty good. But in this patch, it just seems like the biggest piece of garbage. So even though Awesome Sauce did not abuse side B like other Welltaros did, still not having a side B is tough.
Yeah. Although, I will say, throughout the experimental branch, they did adjust it so like that you could angle it. It's faster in like the third branch, if I remember correctly.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, but the hitbox is still not amazing, and you don't have much reward in terms of bullets when you land it.
Yeah, I think like just that move in general feels very underwhelming, like still to this day. So I'm wondering like where they would go with it. I think it has a lot of like potential as an idea, but right now it just feels like really underdeveloped.
Yikes! Oh,
wow.
that could have been it.
That's tough.
That one is it.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Not the strongest starting game one I've ever seen. I gotta say, but killing yourself twice, that's really rough.
Yeah, I lost my Welltaro run. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Aren't you so glad you asked us to commentate, Maddie? I gotta ask.
Wait, what you asked, Necro?
Aren't you so glad you asked us to commentate?
Yeah. I was like, who should I get on comms? You know what? I'll get Necro and Colby while we're at it. Alright, game 2.
Why the hell not?
Game 2. Ooh, counterpick and Pepper. Okay.
I don't disagree with this choice at all. I think having more platforms to just like try shooting downers is still a solid game plan against Watcher to this day. But obviously getting walled out by the back airs, that's just something you have to hold against the character.
Yeah, I think. Okay, what do we think about this? You think it's alright. What do you think, Colby?
What do I think?
Yeah, about the stage choice.
About the stage choice, I don't know. I'm pretty ambivalent towards, like, every single Welltaro stage, because I don't think Welltaro has a bad stage. It's more like counterpicking against your opponent, which Pepper Pain makes it a bit easier to approach compared to the other, like, platform stages if Watcher was to wall you off. Like, I know that Merchant Port especially can be very difficult to contest Watcher, so this seems like a good neutral pick from Awesome Sauce. I don't really know what would be better. Maybe Backyard, but
yeah, I was actually thinking that same
preference.
Thing. I think it is preference based, but personally, I would go Backyard here because it seems that just from the last game alone, I think what Awesome needs is like more ability to contest Days on the ground because he gets like, I don't know, Awesome's getting kind of bodied when he's like trying to play around platforms and stuff. He just sort of gets walled out by what Days is doing, like back airs and stuff. So like having that extra option of like elevation taken away from Days so like they lose options. I think that's actually pretty important.
Yeah, and also having Rockman makes Backyard a much more appealing option. I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Backyard,
yeah.
one of the best stages for Rockman. And the Rockman's good in every stage or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like nearly impossible to get around Rockman on Backyard. Or not impossible, but it's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And I see how Days wants to close out this stock, almost getting ahead by 2. Let's see if awesomesauce can close it out. That Backyard's gonna whiff, but that one's gonna hit and sit stuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Both people are like really hyper sense right now. That was actually a long-lived stocks from both parties.
Yeah, Days missed a very crucial assist
Forwards,
confirm
yeah.
and F strong. So this Welltaro gonna live for a lot longer, which helps, but still being a stock down is not what you want to see.
Yeah.
Gonna have to make great use of this Rockman to mount this comeback.
Yeah. So far, we have not seen like a ton of usage out of a ton of mileage, I should say, out of Rockman. Which makes me kind of wonder, yeah, you probably should have gone Backyard, because like if you notice your assist just ain't hitting that right, you want to go to a place where it's more like guaranteed to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can pick aim, because she's broken. I'm not getting paid. I can say whatever the hell I want. You can stop me. There's the Rockman.
We need to have a conversation about combo assists, alright?
Is the conversation that they're all broken? I agree. Shake hands.
Okay.
Ooh, great
Solid
combo.
damage.
Getting the
Oh,
jump reset,
no.
but the downer bullet not timing it just right. Days managing to time their get up to have invincibility through the bullet.
That F smash is
Awesome
bonkers.
sauce.
Let me say that right now. It pushes so far away on shield. It's so messed up.
The Watcher one, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
watching.
kinda-
Yeah,
it's
so
it's
messed
really just for no reason.
Whoa.
She does not need all that.
Yeah. That's
What
something.
if my F strong was safe on shield? Except for against CV.
I was gonna point out that this is a conversation that was had earlier today in Comp Fray about everything being safe on Shield in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's open a
We need to make another
dialogue
document. The shield dynamic in this game is a lot more like skewed in favor of aggression right now. And I think the biggest problem really is just kind of the pushback. Because you don't get pushed off of ledges with shield, which I think personally is a good and bad thing, but I would personally take getting pushed off of ledge while you're in shield. Because I think while you're on platform, getting pushed off is actually kind of important for reversals.
I mean, I don't know, in that situation, usually you're put into pratfall, usually you're put into pratfall, which would lead to like a tech scenario, which is usually good for the aggressor, unless you're like wiggling your stick like hell. Also, I wonder how many games are left in this set.
No, that's just
Yeah.
the third game. That's the third game.
Yeah, generally,
I
I think
added
that
it.
I'm generally fine with shields, to be honest. I think a lot of important stuff that's like very abusable is countered by shields. It'd be nice if parry was better, to be honest, as a
We
counter.
still don't have parry from the back, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
they removed it.
No, that's
Kind of mean.
That needs to
Womp
change.
womp.
That's still really rough.
Would it be
But,
better if I share my screen? Because the game was
Yeah, it's still-
#laggy.
Yeah, the stream went off. I was worried about that. But yeah, when you get knocked off of plats like in shield, what my thought process was for when it happens is like, yeah, I think you're right. It is good for the aggressor, but I also think there are some moments where like, an idea I had was like, if you get knocked off, you have the option of air dash. So if they do like a safe aerial below you that knocks you off, you can still get your like counter hit off, right? But like, yeah, if they pressure you like while you're falling off, so yeah, they would still get a free hit.
Yeah. You can go either way. Generally, I'm pretty happy with the state of the game. Usually, in most forms that it's in. So, I'm
Yeah,
not.
generally, I
usually
think the
talking
game's in
about
a
balance,
pretty good spot.
Mm-hmm. Alright, solid damage.
You are not streaming, Doug.
I'm not. Oh my
Wait,
god.
no, yeah, you are.
Oh, wait, you are. My bad.
Yeah, what?
My
Me
bad,
when
my
I
bad.
lie.
Me when I lie. Me when I lie. My bad.
Back to Pepper though. I don't know. Awesome kind of needs to have a lot of confidence in this. Like, what would you change though from the previous game?
I mean, it's tough. I'm a big Awesome Sauce fan, but Days just is generally a much better player. There's just a lot of things that Days has, like especially the punish.
Yeah.
Awesome Sauce does not have a good grip on the punish, especially in this game, to like reasonably expect a comeback,
Yeah.
and also
yeah.
like not getting a lot off of the assist. Fine!
Oh,
Oh my
James,
god!
okay.
Good fight, baby! Hell yeah! Oh, we're so back. That's how you win.
I still think that assist does better on backyard though. I
mean, I don't know. The good thing about Foddy is that he combos a lot better than Rockman, so I think he can do well in like most stages of the game.
Yeah, I think I agree that he's more well-rounded overall.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The stage
That
control
back
with
air.
Rockman is kind of fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you're gonna go back to Pepper King,
Back in my day, when I wanted to control the stage, I'd do it with my body and my hitboxes, okay? I don't need no newfangled assist to do all these things for me.
I do. It's way easier.
Hey!
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god,
God.
running off
Yeah.
of that and making it back to stage with the increased side momentum with the Wrath Up special. This is looking really, really good for Days. Once again, putting Awesome Sauce at a stock deficit.
A couple of
Awesome
stock
Sauce
deficits.
fans are
Two stock.
crying.
Holy, the recovery mix-up.
I think what we're seeing a lot of is like kind of like panic options in general from Awesome, which is just like short hop back air. Yeah, you're just fishing for short hop back air in the corner to try and get something started. But like the
Yeah.
big problem with that is that, well, yeah, you're trying. Like, I think when you do it, it's kind of obvious that you're gonna do it, and because Watcher has so much range, she can actually just not care about it. Like, she can just start to
really
throw
have to
stuff out.
engage with that like other characters.
Yeah.
You are right. Yeah.
That's why, like, it's less effective to spam that as opposed to, like, I don't know, something more aggressive. Maybe, like, air dash back there would probably get more mileage out of if it does hit, but again, you're
Yeah.
putting yourself at a lot more risk.
Awesome Sauce
So-
definitely trying to play it safe. Like, this is the percent where you should be able to just throw out a straight aerial, you know, and get some mileage, but just doing the safe option over and over again is not going to net you much when your opponent knows exactly what they're looking for. And that's going to be a 4 stock from Days on that.